Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss the angle modulation. What is angle modulation? Angle modulation is mainly divided into frequency modulation and phase modulation. Here, in case of a angle modulation, frequency or phase of a sinusoidal carrier can be changed according to the modulating signal or message signal, keeping the amplitude constant. So angle modulation is divided into frequency modulation and the phase modulation. We are changing the characteristics of a carrier. The characteristics mainly are frequency and phase only. With respect to message signal, we are changing the characteristics of the carrier. The characteristics are frequency or phase. While changing this frequency and the phase, we are keeping the amplitude as constant. Angle modulation is further divided into frequency modulation and phase modulation. So it is the diagram or frequency modulation waveform. So it is the message signal or the modulating signal. Here a modulating signal is a sine wave only. So it is the carrier wave or frequency modulated wave only. It is the frequency modulated wave. Here the frequency of the carrier is varied with respect to the message signal. So it is the FM wave. So some of the formulas involved in case of a FM. The main important formulas are these. Carrier frequency omega c equal to 2 pi into fc. Okay, fc is the carrier frequency only. Modulating frequency means fm, omega m equal to 2 pi into fm. Okay, modulation index beta equal to delta f by fm. Power dissipation AC square by 2r. Frequency deviation delta f equal to kf into am, or it can also be written as delta f equal to modulation index into the modulating frequency. Frequency sensitivity kf equal to delta f by am, that means frequency deviation by am. Deviation ratio is denoted with d, that is delta f max by f max. Highest frequency reached is fi max equal to fc plus delta f. Lowest frequency reached is fc minus delta f. Carrier swing is fi max minus fi minimum. All these are the important formulas. These formulas are especially used while solving the problems. Just remember all these formulas. And carrier swing is defined as 2 into delta f. Frequency deviation delta f equal to carrier swing by 2. Bandwidth equal to 2 into delta f plus fm. So these are the standard equations of a FM wave. These are the standard equations. The standard equations are S of t equal to AC cos omega ct plus beta sin omega m into t. Here beta only. Here beta stands for modulation index. Right. Here another equation is AC into sin omega ct plus beta sin omega m t. S of t equal to AC cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf integral m of t into dt. Another form is S of t equal to AC into cos of omega ct plus 2 pi kf integral m of t into dt, and another form is AC into cos omega ct plus 2 pi kf into m of t. So if you remember these general forms, it can very easy to carry the different parameters like modulation index, modulating frequency, deviation rates. All these are very easy if you remember these general equations of the message signal. Okay, these equations are very important. Among all these equations, this particular equation is very important. You have to remember this general form, okay, for doing the problems very fast, very quickly. So you have to remember this equation. And next one, types of FM. What are the different types of FM? Narrow band FM and wide band FM. In case of a narrow band FM, modulation index, that means beta, is very much less than the 1. It is less than 1. In case of a wideband FM, the modulation index is greater than 1, that is beta is greater than 1 only. So these are the comparison table between the wideband FM and the narrowband FM. Modulation index. In case of a wideband, modulation index beta is greater than 1. In case of a narrowband FM, beta is less than 1. A maximum deviation in case of a wideband FM is 75 kHz. In case of a narrowband FM, the maximum deviation is 5 kHz. The range of modulating frequency in case of a wideband FM is 30 Hz to 15 kHz. A range of modulating frequency in case of a narrowband FM is 30 Hz to 3 kHz. It is the maximum modulation index. Maximum modulation index is 5 to 2500. In case of a narrowband FM, it is greater than 1 only. So applications, it is important. Wideband FM is especially used in the entertainment broadcasting. Narrowband FM is used in FM mobile communication like police, wireless and ambulances, etc. This is used for the speech transmission. Okay. And FM generation. How can we generate the FM signals? We have two methods in order to generate the FM. Those are the indirect method and direct method. In indirect method also called the Armstrong method. In direct method it is mainly two types, that is reactance modulator and varactor diode modulator. Varactor diode modulator. And C, it is the FM demodulation. Modulation is just inverse process of the demodulation. So we are getting in case of a demodulation, we are getting our original signal back. So how can we achieve the FM demodulation, or FM demodulation is also called FM detection. How can we achieve the FM detection? By using the two methods only, direct and indirect. In case of a direct method, we have three types: frequency discriminator, phase discriminator and zero crossing detector. Frequency discriminator is further divided into slope detector and balanced slope detector. Phase discriminator, we have the Foster-Seeley discriminator and ratio detector. In indirect method, only one method is used to detect the FM waves, that is PLL, phased locked loop. Phase locked loop is only the method in order to detect the FM. So the following conditions must be satisfied for effective demodulation. The following conditions are very much important for demodulation, that is loop gain must be very large. The gain must be very large and the loop maintains VCO output and signal phases effectively in the quadrature. So see the terms. Lock range. What is lock range? Lock range is the range of input signal frequencies over which the loop remains locked once it has captured the input signal. And capture range. Capture range is the range of the input frequencies around the VCO, voltage controlled oscillator center frequency, onto which the loop will lock when starting from an unlocked condition. So remember guys, capture range is always less than the lock range only. So it is the various detectors used in case of a FM. The detectors are balanced slope detector and phase discriminator and the ratio detector. So see the differences between these detectors. All these detectors are used to detect the FM signal only. So see here, the output characteristics are depend on the primary and secondary frequency relationship. Primary and second relationship in case of a balanced slope detector. Here the primary and secondary phase relation. The output characteristics are depend on the primary and secondary phase relation. And here also same, primary and secondary phase relation. The linearity of the output characteristics are very poor in case of a balanced slope detector, and linearity of output characteristics are very good in case of a phase discriminator and linearity of output characteristics are good in case of a ratio detector, right? And or amplifications, or it is applications, not amplifications, it is applications. It is not used in the practice. Okay, practically it is not used in phase discriminator, FM radio, satellite receiver, and ratio detector. That means ratio detector applications also TV receiver, sound section, narrow band FM receivers, etc. All these are the different applications of different detectors. All these detectors are used to detect the FM signal only. Remember, guys. So what is free emphasis and what is de-emphasis? The artificial boosting of higher modulating frequencies in order to improve the noise immunity is called the free emphasis. Boosting of modulating frequencies is called the free emphasis. And what is de-emphasis circuit or de-emphasis process? Artificially high frequency signals are brought to the original amplitudes by using the de-emphasis circuit. What is de-emphasis means? It is just a reverse process of the pre-emphasis. Pre-emphasis and de-emphasis are reverse. Okay. Artificially high frequency signals are brought to the original amplitudes using the de-emphasis circuit, whereas in case of a pre-emphasis we are boosting the higher modulating frequencies in order to improve the noise immunity. Okay. And next, phase modulation. It is the another part of angle modulation. Up to now we are discussing the FM. So now we are discussing about PM, that is phase modulation. What is phase modulation? It is the process by which changing the phase of the carrier is varied. Here the phase of the carrier is varied with respect to the amplitude of the message signal, right? With respect to the amplitude of the message signal, the phase of the carrier is changed. It is the PM wave. Some of the important formulas involved in case of a PM is, it is the general form of the PM wave, that is S of t equal to AC into cos omega ct plus kp into m of t. In message signal is S of t equal to AC into cos 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. All these are the general form of a PM. So another important formula is the bandwidth. Bandwidth is 2 into delta f plus fm. It is the important formula. For solving the problems, these formulas are very useful. You have to remember these formulas. And next one, the relation between the FM and PM. In PM wave, it is the general equation, no? PM wave, S of t equal to AC into cos of 2 pi fct plus km into m of t. So FM wave, AC cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t into dt. These are the relation between the FM and the PM. If you differentiate this particular function, we can get the PM wave. Okay. And next one, the differences between the FM and the PM. It is the general form of FM. It is the general form of the PM. Here, see here, guys. Here the frequency deviation is proportional to the modulating voltage in case of a FM. In case of a PM, phase deviation is proportional to the modulating voltage. So it is associated with the change in FC. There is some change, phase change. It is associated with changes in phase. There is some change in the FC. Okay. So another important is, it is possible to receive FM on a PM receiver. So it is possible to receive a PM on a FM receiver. Okay. Noise immunity is better than the AM and FM. So here also noise immunity is better. So amplitude of FM wave is constant. Here amplitude of PM wave is constant. SNR is better. SNR is better than the PM. Signal to noise ratio is inferior to that in PM. FM is widely used, so PM is used only some mobile systems. In PM, frequency deviation is proportional to modulating voltage only. In PM, frequency deviation is proportional to both modulating voltage as well as modulating frequency. These are the some of the differences between the FM and PM. Actually, this particular slide is self-explanatory. Please go through this slide to get a clarification, to get clarified on this particular topic. And next one, thank you guys.